Welcome to the solitude of the Nordic archipelago. Today I'm going out to a wild island to camp and do fishing with simple gear. Day 1. I get out to the sea with my kayak and fishing rod in hopes of catching some fish to eat. After just a few minutes, I do catch a pike, a beautiful fish which is pretty good for eating. Now it is time to venture toward the outer islands to find a place to set up my camp. The sea is beautiful and peaceful this evening, and the birds are singing. I approach an island 1 hour away from home and carefully lift my kayak onto the stony beach. I will set up camp on the smooth pebbles of the beach. It is pretty soft, so I need only my sheepskin and a blanket to create a comfortable bed. I can shape the bed exactly how I want it to. I will definitely sleep well on this beach. I have an evening snack in the warm light of the sunset and just enjoy the wonderful nature and the sight of wild animals. Soon it is time to sleep. I have a thin sleeping bag and protect myself from any mosquito bites with a small net I place over my face. The next morning I wake up to a calm summer breeze and immediately head out to find materials for building a shelter. It's gonna be much better to have a roof on my head. I find plenty of washed up planks and driftwood, which will be perfect for setting up some kind of a survival hut. I start digging into the sand to raise supporting poles for my shelter. Look at that, the longer board will fit perfectly into the gap on top of the pole. I'll set up a roof beam so I can later attach my tarp to have a completely rain-proof and moisture-proof shelter. Luckily, there are nails in the washed up planks I found. Rusty, but nevertheless useful. I pry them out, straighten them, and then use the nails to attach the roof beam with the next supporting pole. Before placing my tarp, I push the stones from underneath the shelter in order to increase the roof height, and at the same time I create a small wall on the back side of the shelter. Now is the fun part, attaching the tarp. This is my absolute favorite camping equipment. An old military surplus tarp, German if I do remember correctly. I bought it for just 30 euros and it has served me very well. looking good. This roof will now protect me from excessive heat and sun, while also keeping me dry during the night when it usually gets pretty moist. Now it is time to cook the fish. Before heading out to the island yesterday, I gutted and salted the fish, so it's perfectly preserved, even though it has been pretty warm all the time. I'm cleaning the fish in the sea and then cutting it up into simple fillets in order to fry them in my cast iron pan. It's gonna be delicious. I'm setting up the campfire using dry seaweed and wood found on the beach. Everything is dry and I don't have to walk for more than 10 meters from my shelter to find most of the firewood I do need. I dig a hole into the ground and place a ring of stones around it to create the fireplace, which is protected from the wind. Then I use dry seaweed and my flint and steel to effortlessly ignite the fire. This is a luxury compared to setting up a campfire during winter when the firewood is moist and hard to find. On goes the fish. I add plenty of butter and strategically place 2 thicker pieces of firewood underneath the pan to allow good airflow. If you just put the pan onto the fire, the flame will become partially extinguished due to a poor airflow. The pike fillets are getting a nice color and crispy fried surface from the hot fire. The cast iron pan is excellent and there is barely any sticking. Only use cast iron or stainless steel pans. They are naturally non-stick if you know what you're doing, and they don't leach any chemicals into your food as a Teflon pan would do. With just salt, pepper and cayenne pepper and butter, I have made a very tasty meal. I sit down and enjoy my meal together with some fruit and watch the abundant life and nature around me. This is solitude. This is true peace. After eating, I head out to explore. I wonder what I can find on this island. An eagle's feather and more driftwood. I'll be able to build a wall to my shelter in order to protect myself from wind and the sun. I use the driftwood to build a portion of wall close to the area where my head is when I sleep. Most importantly, this makes the camp cozier. it's getting pretty late, so I go gather some more firewood in order to cook one last meal for today. With me I have salted meat, which I will roast and smoke on the fire. Right in front of you, you can see the reason I never go to restaurants, and if I did, I would almost always be disappointed by the food. It is very rare to find something this genuine, a piece of meat or fish cooked on a campfire, smoked, roasted in the perfect environment. Whenever I have gone to a restaurant, I think, why am I paying so much for something which is made from inferior ingredients with less love and served in quantities which are always too small? So I would actually have to order 2 meals. Self-made is better 95% of the time. Late in the evening, I can see a swan. It's the national bird of Finland, and also I see the city lights far, far away using my zoom lens. That's Helsinki. Day 3, I wake up greeted by the same swan, and a cloudy, serene weather. I have light morning exercise and enjoy a cool bath in the Baltic Sea. I head out to gather some firewood and spend some time deeper inside the forest of this island. As breakfast, I fry up some eggs and eat them with bananas. That's the perfect combination and actually tastes somewhat like sweet pancakes as you eat them together. I take a moment to enjoy the peaceful setting and have a nap in my cozy shelter. Then I prepare to leave this island and head back to the sea. I'm excited for the journey home, and the weather is perfect for kayaking. I'm glad you enjoyed watching this adventure. Subscribe to see the next one, and as always, don't forget to get out there.